Are you worshipping God the way He commands, or the way man commands? Millions claim to worship God, but the question is, are they doing it the way He commands, or the way man has dictated? If God's law is eternal, why do most Christians worship on Sunday instead of the Sabbath He established? If Sunday worship is truly biblical, then where is the command? Where did Jesus, the apostles, or the prophets ever declare that the Sabbath was abolished? Where is the scripture that proves God changed His day of worship? The truth is undeniable. The shift from Sabbath to Sunday was not commanded by Jesus. It was enforced by Emperor Constantine in 321 AD to unite his empire under sun worship. Later, the Catholic Church declared that the change was their mark of authority. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that authority. Did you hear that? The Catholic Church openly claims responsibility for changing the Sabbath, not God. If Sunday worship is from God, then why does Rome claim it as their own tradition? The Bible warned us. A power would rise that would think to change times and laws. And yet today, billions follow a tradition that has no biblical foundation. In the last days, the world will be divided. Those who obey God's commandments will stand firm. Those who follow the traditions of men will face judgment. Revelation 14:12 is clear. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Are you among them? A great crisis is coming. The world is preparing to enforce laws that contradict God's law. If the Sabbath is God's seal, then what happens to those who reject it? What happens to those who follow man's commandments instead of God's? The truth is now before you. If the Sabbath was never changed by God, then why are you worshipping on Sunday? If we are approaching the final test, will you stand for truth or follow the masses into deception? Are you worshipping God the way He commands, or the way man commands? Most Christians claim to follow the Bible, yet they worship on Sunday, a tradition that God never commanded. Have you ever questioned why? The Bible warns that God's true worshippers will obey His commandments. Are you following His truth or man-made doctrine? In this powerful video, we expose the historical and biblical facts, proving that the Sabbath was never changed by God. Instead, Sunday worship was enforced by Emperor Constantine in 321 AD, and later claimed by the Catholic Church as its mark of power. If you believe Sunday is the new Sabbath, prove the Sabbath was abolished. If you can't, then you must ask yourself, who are you really following? Time is running out. Will you follow God's law or man's tradition? Key Bible verses, Exodus 20, 8-11. The Sabbath commandment remains, Daniel 7:25. A power will think to change times and laws. Revelation 14:7. Worship God before judgment comes. Revelation 14:12. The end-time believers keep the commandments. Revelation 13:16-17. The coming test of loyalty. You have a choice. Will you worship God the way He commands or the way man dictates? The time to decide is now, before it's too late. Subscribe, like, and share to spread the truth.